Hello. Today's diary entry is about nature. Writing the book does not involve to me just the pen and paper process. It also involves living beautifully, and that does mean living with nature. Now, Anne Shirley had an immediate access in Avonlea and on the Prince Edward Island to all the nature that surrounded her, all the beauty, all the natural beauty. I don't have that access because I live in a large modern city, so sometimes it can be difficult. But luckily, 5 minutes from my house, there is an old historic cemetery that provides the aesthetic thrills and the romance of the past, and a way to slow down the pace of life. There is so much scope for imagination here. Tombstones are not only to tell us of the departed, they are also the expressions of love. When we enter a graveyard, love is in fact all around us. Mourning and loss are all present here, and a moment's reflection is all it takes to bring forth the dramas, hopes and dreams of the human heart, the romance of our lives. The natural beauty of the graveyard, the green, gently swaying grass peppered with flowers, and the trees bowing over you as you walk, only emphasize this interconnectedness between the beautiful and the tragic. As you walk through this cemetery, you enter its older, even more romantic, historic part. Some of it is the Quaker burial ground, but almost all of it is slightly wild, overgrown, giving it the shroud of long past and long lost times. Some local people would like this part of the cemetery better maintained. However, I like it better the way it is. There's more romance in it this way, and heartfelt connectedness to human spirit. How different their lives must have been to ours over 100 years ago and more. And yet, I can easily imagine how similarly they would have ached at times of unrequited love, mourned their families, felt bliss at their first kiss, rejoiced at their child being married, and be overwhelmed at the sight of a meadow full of poppies and red sunsets. This is easily my favorite tombstone in the entire graveyard. On a perfectly splendid green canopy, this gorgeously sculpted tombstone, in memory of Cordelia, leaves perhaps only one thing to be desired: that her name had been Cordelia Fitzgerald. Coming back to the more recent part of the cemetery, I sit down on the grass, surrounded by the memories, hopes and dreams of those long past. It is easy to become one with the humankind here, letting the heart and imagination soar. The grandeur of the breeze-kissed trees and the delightful melodies of birds make it so easy to conjure images of perennials, shrubs and saplings speaking to each other. This one is called the Evergreen Lady, dreaming of one day taking flight to new grounds, wondering where the birds always fly away to. Under one of the trees in its murmuring breeze, I lean against its trunk, letting the beauty of the world and the goodness in people's hearts simply fill me. I let the hardships of the world and my own life drop off. This is the time for wonder, for imagining, and for reveling in the poetry of the world. Anne can find the poetry everywhere and in everyone. I can certainly try too. Now, I am in the mood to write.